إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره نعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا ما بعد. Once again, نرحب بكم جميعا. Welcome all of you. We're going to continue the part 2 من مشكلات الشباب وكيف عالجها الإسلام. من مشكلات الشباب وكيف عالجها الإسلام لفضيلة الشيخ الوالد العلامة الدكتور صالح بن فوزان الفوزان حفظه الله تعالى ومتعه بالصحة والعافية وغفر له ولوالديه وللمسلمين والمسلمات آمين. Some of the problems and challenges facing the youth, the Muslim youth, and their solutions from Islam in this beautiful religion of Islam. We're in the third paragraph, which is al-inayatu bil-shabab. Islam's care of youth, the youth. Once again, we mentioned al-shabab, and subhanAllah, we're in a time when we have to clarify certain terms and words. This word al-shabab now, so no one just take it and say that we're with the shabab of Somalia and the like. Shabab here is a word in Arabic that it means youth, those young ones. However, this word al-shabab is used by some of the Khawarij, some of the deviants, the Khawarij in Somalia, and they call themselves al-shabab. And they carry out attacks on Muslims and non-Muslims as the Khawarij of al-Qaeda and ISIS and ISIL and Boko Haram and Nusra they do. Any Muslim who adhere to the teachings of al-Islam, the purest teachings of al-Islam, he knows that these people are wrong. Islam is free from their actions, the actions of the Khawarij, whether they are the Shabab in Somalia and Kenya, or the Boko Haram in Nigeria and the like, or Al-Qaeda, whenever they may be, whether in Iraq, or wherever in North Africa, or in Yemen, or in Pakistan, whatever they may be. Likewise, the Nusra and the Ikhwan al-Muslimun, because they're behind actually that, al-Ikhwan, al-Muflisun. As our noble Shaykh al-Allama Muqbil bin Hadi al-Wadi'i, long time ago, he used to call them al-Ikhwan al-Mublisun, the Ikhwan of Iblis. They behind all of these ideologies and false ideologies, which brings a lot of evil to the Muslims. That's Allah salam alayhi. So when you hear this term shabab, meaning the youth, those who are young, male and female, على أي. طيب. قال وديننا الإسلامي اهتم جزاك الله خير. ودين الإسلام اهتم بتنشئة الشباب اهتماما بالغا لأنهم الرجال في المستقبل وهم الذين سيخلفون آباءهم ويرثونهم ويقومون بدورهم في الحياة. As we mentioned before, the Shaykh mentioned once again that our religion, Islam, give great importance in the education and the upbringing of the youth, because they will be the men of tomorrow, in the future. Those who will live from them, nobody stay young forever. Those who are teenagers today, in a couple of years they're going to be adults and men, and therefore they will replace their parents, inherit them. Some they will inherit them in the properties, but the most is to inherit the knowledge, so that they can assume their responsibilities and play their role in the life. فمن توجيهات الإسلام إلى العناية بالشباب أولا اختيار الزوجة الصالحة. The Shaykh now is going to mention some points that highlight the care, the great care that Islam gives to the youth. Number one, before even they are born. When the husband choose the righteous wife, choose the righteous wife. لأن المرأة الصالحة هي منبت الأولاد وهي موضع الحرث الذي ينبت فيه الأولاد. فالنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم حثنا على اختيار الزوجة الصالحة، وقال صلى الله عليه وسلم اظفر بذات الدين تربت يداك، فيما رواه البخاري والمسلم. Why? Because the mother, she is the first one to raise those children who's going to be teenagers, inshallah. They're going to be men one day. Children, they have first contact with the mother and the father, and especially the mother, because she's the one that stays with the children and teach them, and they learn from her. While the father, of course, is going to spend some time with them, but especially in the daytime, he goes to work and the like. The Prophet ﷺ encouraged us and incite us to choose the righteous wife. For those who wants to get married, they have to keep that in mind. Find the righteous woman. The woman that she's righteous. She's a good servant of Allah. She understands her religion. She's religious. She's obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. She's upright. قال لأن الزوجة الصالحة إذا رزق الله الزوج منها أولادا فإنها توجههم وتقوم بدورها نحوهم من طفولتهم. هذا من توجيهات الإسلام نحو الشباب. He says, because when a person, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him children from that righteous wife, she's gonna teach them and nurture them from when they were very young. And that's very important, because we mentioned the mother, she's the first teacher, and she will remain to be the teacher. Because they're the one that teach our children. Children, they don't go to school in the first day or first month or week. Usually they go to school after that. Some put them in a kindergarten and the like when they were 4 or 5. Or those first 4 years, who's been teaching them? Is the mother. And she will continue to teach them. So it's very important, if the mother is righteous and upright, then those children, even though they were still young, but they're observing. They're observing the way the mother talked, the way she dressed, the way she behaved, the way she conducts herself at home with her husband, with that man that later on they're gonna know that that's the father, and because they have to learn everything. They're gonna learn, this is my father, this is my mother. هذا أبي هذه أمي هذه خالتي هذا جدي هذه سيارتنا هذا بيتنا. Now, children, they will learn. As they grow, they learn, this is the mother, this is the father. That's why you see kids, they run to the mother. They don't run to somebody else. Here you see sometimes brothers, they bring children with them 2 years, not even less. And then they go to the father after the salah. They don't go somebody else. Because they learn. Likewise, as they grow, they learn that this is our house. They don't go to the neighbor's house. This is our car. This is our cat. This is that. This is that. This is my grandmother. This is my older brother. This is my younger sister, and the like. But they need to learn about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well. They need to learn the Tawheed, the Aqidah, the Sunnah, the Akhlaq. How are they going to learn that? From the mother. If the mother is upon the Aqidah and applies the Aqidah in her life, daily life, she's upon the correct Aqidah, upon Islam, she's obedient, righteous, which reflect in the way she talk, the way she walk, the way she sits, the way she address matters, the way she deal with her husband, with other children, with her parents, and the like. How she act in the times of ease, times of difficulty, when she leave the house, how she prepare. Kids, they observe that, they see that. And this is from the ni'mah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon those children who they grow up around such a righteous mother. أي نعم. ثانيا اختيار الوالد الاسم الحسن للمولود. Also, from the things that will help the youth be righteous, be upright, be on the path, that once now you're given a child, says the father choose the right name, and the proper name, a good name. Choose a good name to the child, for your child. Choose the best name, like Abdullah, Abdul Rahman, like the names of the Anbiya and the Prophets, Adam, Idris, Nuh, Ibrahim, Ismail, Ishaq, Yaqub, Yusuf, Sulaiman, Dawood, Hud, Yunus, Isa, Muhammad, Harun. Then he choose the names of the Sahaba, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, Talha, Zubair, Mus'ab, Zayd, Usama. And then the names are the names of At-Tabi'een. These are the good names. The same thing for the female. Choose Sarah, Hajar, Asiya, Maryam, Khadija, Aisha, Safiya, Zainab, Juwairiya, and the like. Choose good names. Some parents, they don't know what they give them names. You don't even know what it is. Can't even pronounce that name correctly. Why they like why? Because they read it in some book. Now they have books on names. Abdullah is not one of them. Some people, Muslim, they want to give their children names of the kuffar. Simon, born in a Muslim country, Muslim parents, and they give him name Simon. Shanaynay. Yes, what name is that? As for us Muslims, now if this girl grow up and find her you're laughing, it's not entertainment, man. For real, man. Alicia, Aisha, even though they give her Aisha, now they call her name something else. Their parents call him Muhammad, but now he's like, "Hey, call me Mo." Mo, you're Mo? What do you mean Mo? Your name is Muhammad, man. No, your name is not Mo, his name Muhammad. I know, subhanAllah. It's Abdullah is like in school, they call him Abdul. Abdul. No Abdullah, no Abdul Rahman. You don't want to be called Abdul Rahman. Abdu. Wa Abdul. No, ya akhi. We as parents, we choose the right names for our children. They grow up with that name. They ask you, what's my name? What is it? Nuh. What does it mean? Ibrahim. What is that? And you can tell them a whole lot about that name. You named me Khadija. What is this? Why you choose this name? Nah. Because Khadija, she was a righteous woman. She was the first wife of the Prophet ﷺ. And here is a book about her. When you finish it, I give it another one for you. Aina. Allahu Akbar. The Prophet ﷺ, he encouraged the people to choose the right names and the good names. He himself ﷺ, he changed the names of certain people. Certain people who didn't have good names, the Prophet ﷺ used to change their names. علينا. ثالثا عقيقة الآباء عن أبنائهم. Number 3 is that's also from the things that the parents will do, and it will help the children in their upbringing, is the aqiqah, which also the ulama they call it nasika. Nasika. من توجيهات الإسلام نحو الشباب أن وجه آباءهم إلى أن يعقوا عنهم أن يذبحوا عنهم العقيقة لأنها سنة مؤكدة ولها تأثير طيب على الطفل وهي ليست لمجرد تحصيل اللحم والفرح وهذا مما يدل على عناية الإسلام بالشباب أول نشأتهم. Likewise, the aqiqah and the nasika, which is when the parents, Allah give them a child, whether it be a boy or a girl, then the father will slaughter for that. And we know from the sunnah, if it's a boy, 2 lambs, 2 sheep, and if it's a girl, 1 sheep is enough. And this is a sunnah mu'akkada, highly recommended sunnah. And it has a great impact and effect on the growth of that child. It is not just getting the family together and be happy and eat a good meal and then go home. No, it's not about that. It has a great impact in the growth of the children, because this is a legislation. خير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. The best guidance is the guidance of Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم. And Allah legislates for us only that which is good for us. أي نعم. رابعا الاهتمام بتربية الشباب. من عناية الإسلام بالشباب الاهتمام بتربيتهم إذا بلغوا سن التمييز وصار عندهم الإدراك فحينئذ يبدأ بتوجيههم إلى الدين. Likewise, number 4, now look, subhanAllah, these stages, the first stage, before even a person is given, he has no child yet, so he has to choose the righteous woman that's going to help him with the education of that child. Number 2, you choose the right name. Number 3, you do the aqiqah. Number 4, now that child, now he or she, they're not 2 months or 2 years or 3, they reach the age of tamyiz, the age of discernment. When the child, and in this the ulama they mentioned, even though the hadith tells us at 7, as the Shaykh mentioned the hadith, but some children they vary. Some people they weigh, some kids are before that. 6, 5, they already know what's going on. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them, that which they distinguish between certain things. They know this is salat, this is not play, and this and that. So when they reach that age of discernment, the parent, they should teach them and guide them in the matters of the religion and the deen. يقول صلى الله عليه وسلم مروا أولادكم بالصلاة وهم أبناء 7 أو 7 سنين. Command your children to pray when they reach the age of 7. When the boy reached the age of 7, when the girl reached the age of 7, now you order them to pray. Pray, ya walad, salli. Salli, ya bint. Now you order them 5 times a day. Fajr, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. Salli. If he or she prayed, alhamdulillah. Be happy, show your concern, give them gifts sometimes, tell them this is good for them and Allah is happy with them, alhamdulillah, this is good for them, what they're doing because they're praying. And then, but if they don't pray, it's okay. You don't yell at them, you don't put them in a corner or punish them. No, not like that. Some parents, subhanAllah, don't know this education. They don't know the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, this adab al-fadila. They don't know this good adab and etiquettes. They be yelling at 3 years old, 4 years old. Sometimes we see them in the masjid. In some of the masajid, Seen a father bring a 4-year-old or 5-year-old and said, stand up. He's standing up in the salat. If the child move or something, smack him in the salat. And right after taslim, fear Allah, playing in the salat. He's talking to 5-year-old or 6-year-old. Can't even talk to a grown-up like that. Even if a grown-up was kind of like moving in the salat, you can't just after salam, taqillah, fear Allah. No, do your adhkar first, astaghfirullah, and then nicely you and that brother. It's better when he leave and follow him and just on you with a smile on your face. Hayyakallah ya akhi, barakallahu feek, jazakallah khairan, salat kada wa kada wa kada. Hakada. Not in front of everybody. A'udhu billah, taqillah akhi, salat, your salat is not valid. People giving judgments, rulings. No. So you order your children to pray when they reach the age of 7. But you discipline them when they reach the age of 10. And you separate between them in the bed. قال هذا مما يدل على أن الإسلام يهتم بالشباب ويتطور معهم في التوجيه من سن إلى أخرى حسب استطاعتهم ومداركهم. This shows the importance given by Islam to the upbringing of the youth, and that the guidelines of Islam suits the stages of these children. For every stage there is something that we the parents we need to know to do for these children. Don't just do it one way. No, the way you deal with the children in this age, in this stage, is different than the other stage. We shouldn't burn the stages. Some people don't want to burn the stage. Now we should adorn ourselves with the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, with the guidelines of this deen, the beautiful religion of Allah. كذلك النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول كل مولود يولد على الفطرة فأبواه يهودانه أو ينصرانه أو يمجسانه. Also in the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ says, there is agreed upon this hadith by Imam Bukhari, Imam Muslim, rahimahullah. Every child, when he is born, they born on a fitrah. But his parents make of him a Jew or a Christian or a fire worshipper. قال فالمولود يولد على الفطرة هي الإسلام. The child is based on the fitrah. وهذه الفطرة إذا ما حافظ عليها أبواه ووجهها إلى الخير اتجهت نحو الخير لأنها تربية صالحة. So now if the parents they give through their efforts, of course, nothing happens just like that. You gotta make efforts. You know, you gotta be available. You gotta spend some time with the children. It's not they just gonna like the children like that. They're gonna learn salat on themselves. No, they need to learn everything. The same way they learn how to walk, they learn how to put on their own socks and shoes, tie their shoes, and you're happy. You remember when you taught them how to ride a bike and how to jump, how to get off the chair, and you're happy. Now you're going to teach them also how to make wudu, how to read Quran, how to pray, how to make adhkar after salat, and what to say before they enter the house, when they leave the house, before they eat, after they eat, before they do this and that. So he said if the parents they take good care of that fitrah, alhamdulillah, the child will continue upon that khair, upon that good. أما إذا انحرف الأبوان في تربية الطفل فإن فطرته تفسد وتنحرف بحسب تربية الوالد. He says, but if the parents know, they direct that child to something other than the fitrah that Allah created them upon, that's how the children will be, their fitrah will be corrupt. And they deviate away from Islam, from Tawheed, from obedience, according to the education and the upbringing they received from their parents. مثلا إن كان الوالد يهوديا أو نصرانيا أو مجوسيا نشأ الطفل على هذه الديانة الخبيثة وفسدت فطرته. So if the parents or if the father is a Jew or a Christian or fire worshipper, Magian, right? Magian or Magian? Magian, fire worshipper. So the child will grow up on these filthy ideologies, and their fitra will be corrupt. أما إذا كان أبوه مسلما صالحا فإنه يحافظ على هذه الفطرة التي أودعها الله في هذا الطفل وينميها ويزكيها ويتعاهدها. But if the father is a Muslim, alhamdulillah, and righteous, not just Muslim by affiliation because he was born in a Muslim country, don't know anything about Islam, don't even practice Islam on his terms whenever he wants. Now you gotta be Muslim, alhamdulillah, and righteous. That father, now he's gonna preserve that fitrah that Allah has put in his hand and entrusted him with. And therefore that child will grow, alhamdulillah. They are born upon that fitrah, which is Tawheed, Islam, but the parents, they can, alhamdulillah, make it grow. As the child growing, Ainam, you grow along with him. The child, of course, they grow. When they are born, they be like what, 8 ounces? No, pound, 8 pounds, right? 7, some 9. Yeah, 5 to 9 or something, right? But they stay like that? They stay 9 pounds? 2 years later, they still 9 pounds? 2 years later, they be 30 pounds, 40, right? Then when they are 5 or 6, they are like 60 pounds or 70. They are 12, now it's like maybe 90 or 100. This is the average. So now here you go, this child is 7 years old and he's like, let's say 7 years old, he's 70 pounds or 60, for example. Well, how much did physically he's growing, but spiritually, is he growing too? Is he growing? How much he knows about Allah, about the Prophet ﷺ, about the Quran? If the parents told him, because how he grow? Because the parents, they were what? No. Physically, when you grow, because the parents, they were what? Feeding him. Anything, junk? Why are you silent? Hope not. Okay, alhamdulillah. No, they feed him food. Don't feed him plastic, foam, sand. Huh? No, they don't. They give them fruits and vegetables. Alright? And they, even in that food, they don't give them meat and chicken when they were like 2 months. They won't. They give them what? Milk, formula. If they are not breastfeeding, then they give them the formula. When they be like 6 or 7, what they give them? They start giving them those little cereals. You know what I'm talking about? 6 months. Not years, months. Even though people are 60 still eat cereal. No, you still eat cereal, right? Okay. What are you talking about? Abdul Majid, you still eat cereal in the morning? Okay. Inshallah. Anas? With some egg and cheese. Okay. Inshallah. Now we're talking about the children when they reach the 6, 7 months. Now children, they be given that puree, whether they make it themselves, and that's better. Well, it's come handy now in those little, I don't know what they call them, baby food. And even if that baby food, people, they want to go and look and see the brand, the review, which one has a good review, right or wrong, organic, not organic, this, that. Likewise, ya akhi, in ad-deen, when the children, they reach this age for them to be taught, then you have to be careful. Don't just grab any book and start reading to them. You don't grab any can and feed it to them. Now you want to see this can, what's in it? No, khamr, a'udhu billah, my children. Gelatin, even the gelatin, of course, you got to understand the concept. Oh, red 40. Yellow 12. No, I ain't going to my child mouth. No way. Right or wrong? So what about the books? Just read any book. Oh, I'm going to read you some Islam. What about this about bid'ah, innovation, takfir, No, you got to choose the book too. And also when the child has to go to the doctor, you go to any doctor, to any clinic, anybody who says he's a doctor, no, you take them to the best doctor. Likewise, when they reach the age of school, you got to choose for them the best school, the best teachers, the best principal, who cares about the education of those children, because they are now, they preparing these little ones to be the men of tomorrow. And subhanAllah, when it comes to food, now they want to choose the best for them. House, they have to live in a nice house. They're going to wear good clothing. They're going to eat good. But then when you come to the deen, no problem. Take them to a Sufi school, quote unquote Islamic school. Sometimes the Shia teaching your children, oh, that's Islamic school. Who told you it's Islamic school? Just because of the name? Sufis teaching your children, Ikhwanis, Tablighis. They bring their children to some program in some masjid, Tablighis, Ikhwanis, Takfiris, and it's okay, that child is going to spend a couple of hours with a Sufi teacher, an ignorant teacher, a ilmani. Nas'Allah as-salam al-afiyah. It's very important for us to pay attention to the education of our children. نعم. قال إذا كان أبوه مسلما صالحا فإنه يحافظ على هذه الفطرة التي أودعها الله في هذا الطفل وينميها ويزكيها ويتعاهد عليها. خامسا وجوب بر الولد بوالديه. قال الشيخ صالح حفظه الله, and the fifth point also, that after this, what the parents are doing for the child, then it is an obligation upon the child to be dutiful to his parents. To be dutiful, respectful, nice and kind to his parents. قال ومما يدل على الاهتمام بأمر الشباب من سن مبكرة أن الله تعالى أمر الولد حينما يدرك الكبر والداه أو أحدهما أن يحسن إليهما أو إلى الموجود منهما وأن يتذكر تربيتهما له يوم أن كان صغيرا. Likewise, we have these beautiful guidelines in Islam. From an early age, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered the child, the son or the daughter, when his parents, both of them or one of them, whether the father or the mother, they reach an old age, that child should be nice to them and kind. If both of them are still alive, now you have to be kind to them, be nice to them. You grow up, you're a grown man, grown. Now you got to remember that you weren't born like that, 26 years old. You weren't born 190 pounds or 200 plus. You were born little. You don't even know who you are, your name. You can feed yourself. You can clean yourself. You can clothe yourself. If you don't move, you don't move. You don't feed you're not fed. Now remember, when they grow up and they reach an age of an old age, you be nice to them. Remember how they both of them took good care of you when you were little. Now you got to take care of them. قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في سورة الإسراء وقضى ربك ألا تعبدوا إلا إياه وبالوالدين إحسانا إما يبلغن عندك الكبر أحدهما أو كلاهما فلا تقل لهما أف ولا تنهرهما وقل لهما قولا كريما واخفض لهما جناح الذل من الرحمة وقل رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. Al-Isra 23 and 24. Your Lord has decreed that you do not worship, you worship none but He, subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that also Allah decreed that you be dutiful to your parents, kind and nice and dutiful to your parents. Whether they both reach an old age or one of them, never say to them, "Uff." And that's the lowest thing a person can say. Or or insult them or talk bad to them. Rather, always address them with the best wordings. أبي الحنون أم الحنونة كذا. And lower your wings of humility for them, because by show them mercy. Be merciful to them. They reach old age. Some of the parents, they get sick. They can't walk. They can't do things on their own. So you have to be nice and kind to them. Be there for them. And say, oh Allah, have mercy on them as they raised me when I was young. They were there for you. And the ulama, they mentioned, subhanAllah, it's amazing. Look at the difference between when the parents took care of that baby who was helpless, and now as opposed of that child grown up taking care of his parents who they reach an old age. He said, look, when they taking care of you when you were little, they have hopes that you grow up and become something. But now you're taking care of them, and maybe when they're going to die. And subhanAllah, waiting for the day, that's like, okay, why be patient? Even some other people be telling that, oh, how's your parents? Oh, they hear. Be patient, inshallah. They're old, inshallah. Allah may make a way for you. Easy. You don't hear somebody said, oh yeah, be patient with your parents, inshallah, they're going to grow up and get stronger. They don't say that. Grow up. But in the other side, when the people, they see parents with a baby, oh, mashallah, he may grow up, become a doctor, inshallah, become a alim. Should say that first, inshallah. Become a alim, become a da'i li-salafiyya, li-sunnah, become a teacher of Quran and Arabic. You see? Don't worry, even if they get you up at night, because sometimes, especially those little ones, they get up a lot. The little ones, the babies, they get up. And usually who got up? Who gets up with the babies? Usually who? The mother. Because with the father, you just elbow. Your son is crying. Right? His son is crying. Like he's not his son now. He's his son in the morning when, alhamdulillah, he's smiling. Oh, give me my son. But when he's crying or he needs to be changed, look, man. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Ayyakum Allah. But still, when a person comes to work, or like, oh, what happened? You didn't sleep? The baby, mashallah. It's like, don't worry, akhi, mashallah. That's a good investment. We give them good advice. It's a good investment, akhi. As they grow up, alhamdulillah, it's all your reward, subhanallah. We remind them with the ayats, the ahadith. إذا مات ابن آدم انقطع عمله إلا من ثلاث علم ينتفع به أو ولد صالح يدعو له أو صدقة جارية. See, we all give them the advice. Tell them, look, akhi, it's okay, yes, they're giving you, mashallah, it's a lot of work, no doubt, but look at the great reward when they grow up upon the sunnah, upon the haqq, upon the deen. If you die, remember the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When the son of Adam died, all of his deeds are cut off except three things. Knowledge, a beneficial knowledge that that person left behind, and or a righteous son or offspring that make dua for them. You see? Or a continuous act of charity, like build a masjid, dug out a well, paved a way and a path for certain people somewhere in some village, build a bridge that connect them to somewhere, stuff, good things like this. And by the way, I want to share with you one of our brothers, Rashid, Hafidahullah, from New Jersey. Brothers, those in New Jersey, they know him. Friend of mine. I was talking to him earlier, and he shared with me a benefit from this hadith. He says he heard Sheikh Salih al-Fawzan, Hafidahullah ta'ala, he was explaining this hadith. إِذَا مَاتَ ابْنُ آدَمٍ قَطَعَ عَمَلُهُ إِلَّا مِنْ ثَلَاثٍ. When the son of Adam died, all of his deeds are cut off except from three things. The knowledge he left behind, or act of charity, continuous act of charity, or a righteous child. He said, what is the best of these three? Who knows? Where's the best of these three? Sadat. Knowledge. Knowledge. Anybody else? Righteous child. Righteous child. Anybody else? Allahu A'lam. Smart answer. MashaAllah. Good. Naam. Act of charity. Righteous child. Righteous child. Muhammad al-Amin. Righteous child. So we have like 5 of them say righteous child, 2 says knowledge. Nobody say act of charity? What do you say, Okasha? Righteous child. 6 now. Knowledge. No. Knowledge. Ahsant. Those who say knowledge, you're right. And those who says something else, Jazakumullah khairan. What do you say? You're left. Those who are on the right side, you're right. Those who are sitting on the right side, you're right. Alright. Now, you know what Sheikh Fawzan says? Who can explain this? Why? Huh? Naam? Why knowledge is the best of these 3? What part is? Walad Salih. What about it? So you choose the righteous child. No, the Shaykh says knowledge is better of this, the best of these 3. Why? Naam? Ahsant. That's the answer. Because righteous child, mashallah, make dua for you, but he's going to die one day. Is he dead in his grave, going to continue to make dua for you? We Salafis, man. Alhamdulillah. Thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for guiding us, and we ask Allah to grant us firmness. That's one thing. The act of charity, it may be there for a while, but then it may disappear too. It may be destroyed. It may stop functioning. Right or wrong? Huh? I know. But the ilm stays. Not only stays. If that child teaches somebody else, that somebody else teaches somebody else, Allahu Akbar. I know. Just want to share that with you. Barakallahu fikum. Now, هذا هو. هذا الذي قلنا علم الشرع. ها؟ نعم. أي علم ينتفع به. الذي درسه ترك كتبا تدرس مقررات. أحسنت. جزاك الله خير. بارك الله فيك. Brother, he says the knowledge that is beneficial for the people. And also the ulama, they mention, when you mention knowledge in here, is the al-ilm al-shar'i. Knowledge of the religion. أي نعم. قال وموضع الشاهد من الآيتين هو قوله تعالى كما ربياني صغيرا. He says the point of reference from this ayatain in Surah Al-Isra, the child is ordered now when he grow up to take good care of his parents, because they took care of him when he was young, when he was little. فتربية الوالدين لولدهما نعمة وإحسان إليه يجب أن يكافئ عليها والديه. Upbringing, nurturing him and taking care of him, this is a great ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And ihsan, she's good that the parents they did towards the child. So he has to reward them for that by being nice to them. ثم قال الشيخ وليس المراد بالتربية التربية الجسمية فقط التي هي عبارة عن توفير الطعام والشراب فهذه تربية بهيمية إن اقتصر عليها. We continue after the adhan inshallah. Inshallah we conclude this class and this part 2, but we'll continue tomorrow night inshallah ta'ala. As the Shaykh mentioned the last from the point from the ayah, he says the point of reference that this person will make dua and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to have mercy on his parents as they took good care of him and give him a proper Islamic education when he was young. The Shaykh says the upbringing of a child doesn't consist only on the physical growth. That's most parents do that. They take care of their children, they make sure they eat. Some of us we even eat more than we should. That's why the Shaykh says, I'm just summarizing the point. The Shaykh says that you have to be balanced. We as Muslims, we don't go to extreme. Some of the parents, subhanAllah, they go to extreme, a lot of extravagance in the house, food everywhere, waste, children, they are obese and this and that and problems and issues. They have to be upon moderation. They eat good, eat enough, not to be neglected. But he says this is, if a parents, they consist only on this, the physical growth, that's like animals do that. But rather, the best of the growth is the spiritual one. Make sure that they learn the Tawheed, the reason why they were created. And of course, you go in stages. Same way in a curriculum in a school when they give them the math of the first grade, it's not the math of the 7th grade. Likewise in Tawheed, alhamdulillah, there is books, alhamdulillah, for us in our times. We don't have to come up with creative and no, there is books, alhamdulillah, there is guidelines from the ulama, what you teach a 7-year-old, what you teach 15-year-old, what you teach, alhamdulillah, there is levels and stages. But we should not consist only of taking good care of what they eat and all of the food and the good food and how gotta be strong so that he can, I don't know what. No, what about, yes, strong in the body, that's a good thing. But what about their soul, the heart, the condition of the heart? As one of the poets says, اعتني بنفسك وأتمم مكارمها فأنت بالنفس لا بالجسم إنسان أو كما قال. One of the poets says, take good care of your soul and purify it, because you are a human through your soul, not just through your body. Aina. So a person you find that they're strong, they can, I don't know, bench 600 or more or less, but then they're very weak when it comes to control their anger. Aina. He can destroy a whole wall, but but cannot destroy one little bit, tiny ounce of anger inside of him. They're going to cause him a lot of problems. Can't destroy that. Can't do nothing. He's weak. Because he wasn't taught. He wasn't given now the same way that he can carry out a box of 100 pounds. But cannot take one little insult or one little remark or one little, statement that was said to him. Now I want to fight. La ya ikhwan. Teach the children that which purify their souls, that which make them righteous. He said, the Shaykh said, and that's what those children, they remember when they grow up. They remember what their parents do for them as related to their education, Islamic education. They taught them the Tawheed, the Sunnah, the Sidq, truthfulness, Ikhlas, righteous, to be righteous, the Istiqamah, the good manners, and that's they make dua for their children. أي نعم. We'll continue tomorrow. هذا وصلى الله وسلم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما.